Hello, beautiful, and welcome to the Prosperous Womb. So today is another follow-up conversation from my Selling with Wisdom workshop. And I don't have these workshops every week. It's just that there's so many conversations that come up with the women coaches in these workshops that I think, well, if 8 or 10 women are having this conversation in a room, there has to be another coach somewhere in the world that is asking this same question. And how can I use the information, the intelligence I'm gathered in this workshop to support clients or non-clients to create better sales conversations, better sales framework, and just have a better relationship with selling high-ticket coaching offers, okay? And this particular issue is not just one about sales. It's actually financial accountability and legal responsibility on the part of the coach. And this is because as a high-ticket coach, you are not selling a loaf of bread. You're not selling a pair of $2,000 shoes. You are selling a $100,000 coaching offer, or maybe at the lowest end, a $25,000 or $15,000 high ticket coaching offer. And clients deserve to know what they're getting into. One of the questions that came up in the last Selling with Wisdom workshop was, should I tell the client is a sales conversation? I prefer to just say it's a discovery call, and they think we're having a nice chat, and if I feel like I can help them and I feel comfortable discussing my offer with them, then I can jump into the sales part of the conversation. No. And I'm not being an attorney here. This is complete integrity. Okay, this is integrity and financial responsibility. Every person, every prospective client needs to know what kind of conversation they're getting into with a coach. They need to know what they're about to walk into, and there should be no ambush. This creates problems in the coaching industry where people have the audacity to say things like, well, I didn't know what I was signing. I didn't know what I was getting into. Let's cut that BS out and let's clear the way for integrity. So here's the thing. Are you being clear to prospective clients that this is a sales conversation and not just a nice chat? Are you being clear about that? Or are you fuzzling and fumbling so they think, oh, I'm just, going to have coffee with this person and then they're going to spring on me this $100,000 coaching offer? It doesn't work that way, and it doesn't have to. Here's the thing. We need to send the right signals to prospective clients that this is a commercial conversation. This is a business conversation. This is a dancing in the moment where you know what we're going to talk about. At the end of this conversation, I am going to offer you something if we're a great fit to work together. At the end of the conversation that you are going to pull out your credit card and I'm going to swipe it. And at the end of the conversation, whether it's going to be a payment plan or pay in full. And you also know the start date of our coaching next start date of our coaching session if we decide to work together. It's pretty clear. So there has to be a framework. What does that look like? In my own personal business, my coaching businesses, my health coaching business and my business coaching business, and with my clients, what I invite people to consider, the first thing is to have an application form for your transformational offer, okay? And what does that look like? I can put a link down to mine below so that you can see what that looks like if you don't have one. I highly recommend one for transformational offers. If you have a $5,000 informational product, a $5,000 transactional product, maybe you don't need an application form for that. Maybe that's just adding an extra step and interrupting your sales process. But anything that's a transformational relationship coaching offer, a transformational offer where you're going to support someone with their health, their business, their career, their relationship, their life, whatever it is, needs to have a way for them to know what they're getting into and for you to be clear on their goals before they even get onto the sales conversation. So anyway, what does it look like? It's when they come on there to apply, they see that this is an invitation to apply, to have a sales conversation to see if we're a great fit, okay? You've already read my blog post, you've been on my email list, you've listened to me on podcasts, you have watched my YouTube videos, you've seen me on LinkedIn. If you're on social media, they've seen you there. They've seen all of the things. So they know within 4 hours whether they want to work with you or not. So let's just put that to the side. And if it's for like a $200,000 coaching offer or $100,000 coaching offer, they've probably already done a workshop with you. So they know you, they like you, they trust you. Let's move that aside, okay? That's all part of your marketing. So now you're in the sales conversation. This is the framework. They apply to work with you. You ask them what they're here for, why they're here, why now is the right time, why they think this is the right time to do the thing, why they think you're the best coach for them at this moment, and whether they have the time, the money, and the energy and the resources to co-create this with you right now, if that's what they want. And they need to answer all those questions before you get on a sales call with them. And that also eliminates all the objections, okay? It eliminates any objection they have because they've answered the application form, and now they have a responsibility to get on the call and have this conversation with you. And you have a responsibility to get on the call and listen to them, discover what they want, identify what their objectives are, identify why they haven't created this anywhere in their lives, discover why this is the right time for them to do it, why they think it's the right time for it, identify why they think they're ready to do it now. And then just identify whether the offer you have is the best thing for them. Will it work for them? And once you have that, invite them to work with you. And then let them pay to work with you before you set the time for the first session. That's it. But they need to know what they're getting into. It's only fair. And it also covers your ass. Just from a legal perspective, it does, especially in this industry, in this time, day and age. It really does. So I want you to be honest with yourself and look at your own business. I don't care if you've been in business for 20 years, for 25 years, for 5 years, or you're a new coach who just graduated from your coaching program last year. Are you being clear that this is a sales conversation? It is important. And if you don't have an application form, you don't have to. But when they get on the call, let them know how it's going to go. This is how it's going to go. I am going to ask you questions and I'm going to listen to see if I can help you, or not help, support. It's a transformational relationship. If you can support them. And then if I can support you, I'm going to offer you this. And if you choose to, we're going to work together. I assume you're choosing it because you said there's no objection right now to any of this. And then you start the sales conversation and discover what they want to learn about them and learn why they're here and their lives and what's going on with them that makes them think they want this thing that you have and why you're the best coach for them today. But please, 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 please signal it is a sales conversation and not just a nice chat, because that is just borderline illegal. Seriously. Let me know how this lands for you.